What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're back with the weekly reset for Destiny 2 for the 8th of June, and of course we are in week 5 of Season of the Splicer, so this week yet another weekly quest rolls out, and we get a new expunge mission on Europa. But we also have the return of the Iron Banner, with more chances at the new weapons. Plus we'll cover vendor inventories, activities, rewards, updates, and all the things worth knowing for Destiny 2 this week. So if you guys enjoy the video, a rating down below really does help us out. But now, let's get into it. So right here, as we sign into the game today, we can see we've got the overlay for the return of the Iron Banner. And that also means we're going to get additional Valor rank points inside of the Crucible all week long. We are getting a new expunge mission today on Europa, but also we can see, as always, this will kick off with the Path of the Splicer 5 quest. And we'll need to head to the Splicer servitor in the helm right here to get started. Then as we get into the quest, as always, we need to charge the gauntlet with ether to form a key code, and then craft the key code and head into Override to unlock a conflux chest. And this is followed by a step to complete Expunge Tartarus on Europa, and so we'll get to experience the new mission for the week before returning to the tower to speak with Saint 14. And finally after that we'll return to the Splicer servitor to speak to Mithrax. And so there could be some pretty interesting story stuff happening. But as always, we have the weekly challenges, so there's one to complete the weekly quest as always. But for Expunge on Europa, there's a triumph to complete it in 6 minutes or less. That could be a pretty fun, challenging one. And then we've got one to open 30 conflux chests in Override, and another to decrypt 30 engrams at the Prismatic Recaster. Those should also be retroactive for the season. And then we've got a challenge to defeat combatants with grenade launchers, another to masterwork a piece of armor, to acquire the season's ritual weapon, and then there is another to earn Valor ranks, and finally one to complete any Nightfall strike on legend or higher without dying. With the Iron Banner being back in the game for the week, we should return to the tower, and it is the same seasonal offering that we've come to expect. However, Banshee have added the 2 new weapons for the season as drops from more reward sources like the engrams, so there are going to be more opportunities to pick up better rolls on the Reeswalker and Archon's Thunder, and otherwise plenty of pinnacle drops, so let us know if you are jumping in, and good luck picking up those rewards. We should as always mention the Vault of Glass is reset, so more pinnacle gear as well as chances at the rewards from Vault of Glass, and next week we are going to start seeing the weekly challenges for the raid, so that's going to be pretty interesting. And now moving swiftly on to vendor stuff, we do have things featured on the front page of Eververse for silver as always, but we've got the Laguna Cruiser shader available for 300 Bright Dust, as well as the Beastly projection, and then we've got the Chain Yanker emote and the Red Line Shell right there, which is a new one for the season we can take a quick preview of. Rather curious looking thing. But here on the main Bright Dust page, we should skip ahead to the Vex Mythoclast ornament. I don't have the weapon just yet, but we can get the Untold Tale ornament for the weapon right here for Bright Dust this week, so kind of unfortunate if you already bought it for silver. And it does cost 1250 Bright Dust, so not even super expensive, I suppose. Definitely worth grabbing if you are still farming for Vex Mythoclast or indeed already have it. But we also have the Sour Taste exotic emote, as well as the Viced Ghost Shell, and then we've got the Knucklebug exotic ship right there, which we will take a quick preview of, because it's a rather curious looking thing. I'm seeing the Katuria mark right there from the Eververse step for the season for Titans, so that will as always be different depending on what class you're on. But we've got the Swift Song Sparrow available, as well as the Daito Capsule entrance transmat effect. But we also have the Cabal entrance, the Harpy's Cry transmat effect, as well as the Reflection effects. And then we've got the Deep Sea Jaunt shader, followed by Calco's Finery, Armalon Meteor Gloss, and the Golden Trace shader available this week. Over at Banshee, as always, we've got a refresh on the weapons that he's got. So for now, we've got 7th Seraph Carbine with Threat Detector and Moving Target. We also have the Toil and Trouble, this one with Slide Shot and Rampage. Then we've got Last Perdition with the traits rolling out as Grave Robber and Headseeker, as well as the Cartesian Coordinate with Under Pressure and Swashbuckler. Then we've got Falling Guillotine with Relentless Strikes and On Guard, followed by Bad Omens with Autoloading Holster and Genesis. So you can check those out if you are after any decent weapon rolls on those weapons, but we also have the Mimic Savior set as the featured armor set at 801 for this week. And as always, if you are hunting down any particular stat rolls, it's certainly worth keeping an eye on the inventory that Ada has on the class that you're after that armor on. The featured Nightfall for this week is the Warden of Nothing in the Prison of Elders, and we should be seeing the Hungjori as the featured weapon drop for the week, so on top of pinnacle gear and things like that, all the best getting those good rolls. Then we can see that Legend and Master Lost Sectors for today comprise of the Quarry, that's dropping exotic arms, and also on the EDZ, we have Scavenger's Den dropping exotic chest armor. Otherwise, as always, all of the pinnacle drops are featured on the Director. And for Europa's Director, we've got Simulation Safeguard as the featured Exo Challenge, and we can see that Cadmus Ridge is the Eclipse Zone for this week. And then for the featured Empire Hunt, we've got the Technocrat. And if you happen to be diving into Deepstone Crypt, the Copies of Copies challenge is available this week. And finally, when we head over to the Dreaming City, the Ascendant challenge for this week should be Ouroborea, which is accessed via Aphelion's Rest in the Strand. And so if you are completing any of those, I'll run the footage for how to access that Ascendant challenge at the end of the video. But for today, guys, that is what we have to round up in this one. So be sure to let us know how you're getting on with the season down in the comment section. And as always, if you found the video useful, a rating down below very much helps us out as well. And feel free to get subscribed so I can keep you up to date on the world of Destiny 2. But otherwise, thank you for tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.